Long-awaited Plunder Patrol list is here, and we even actually have the first Cyber Dark top that I've seen with the new structure deck, and many other cool decks. Don't be like the 37.5% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can get to 100K. First list up here on your screen is the Captains, finishing 7-1 in Swiss, locking down a top 4 finish, and even beating Jesse Cotton throughout the event. I'm going to leave a link down below to the Plunder Patrol Discord and a link to the original video from Douglas. Go give Douglas a good subscribe. That way you guys can get more insight on Plunder Patrol. That way I know a lot of you guys are going to look at this. Besides like what little commentary I have for effectively going second Plunder Patrol here. Do pay attention to his version of the video as well. So like I said, it's Plunder Patrol, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people don't know how to play against this deck, which allows them the chance to kind of take advantage of a lot of their matchups. So we have triple copies of Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guide, triple copies of Bluebeard, 1 copy of Doggeron, triple copies of Goldie Hair, triple copies of Radion, 2 copies of Redbeard, 1 copy of the Thunder King Kaiju, triple copies of Whitebeard. We have 1 copy of Call by the Grave, 2 copies of Emblem of the Plunder Patrol, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, 1 copy of the Plunder Patrol Shipping Shops. Yeah, I never am going to get the name of that correct in my life. We also have triple copies of Pod Desires, triple copies of Evenly Matched, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and 2 copies of the Plunder Patrol Booty. And then we have, down here in the extra deck, 1 Almirage, the 1 Geonator Transfercer, triple copies of Blackbeard, 1 copy Totally Awesome, 2 copies of the Morik, 1 copy of the Bahamut Shark, 1 White Aura Whale, 2 copies of the Brand, 1 Dragite, and 2 copies of the Lice. And then we have 1 copy of Pinkertops, triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, 1 RBC Lannister, triple copies of Twin Twister, 1 Red Reboot, and actually triple copies of White Howling here. Actually, this is kind of cool because you're already playing Water Inbound, right? So being able to just create a generic negate for spell cards for a whole turn. Sure, man, it's just triple Imperial Order, but I can access it at any time. So yeah, show some love down there to the Captain. Like I said, everything will be down below in the description for you guys. Next up here, Cyber Darks, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Pollard stepped up to the plate and said, let me at him. I got my new structure deck here. Locking down a first place finish here with the new Cyber Dark support. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Attachment Cybern, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Core, 1 copy of Naxter, triple copies of Cyber Dark Cannon, 2 copies of Chimera, triple copies of Claw, 1 copy of Edge, 1 copy of Horn, and 1 copy of Keel. Then we have 1 Ecclesia, 1 Fleur-de-Lis, and 1 Maximus. Yes, free Maximus use always feels good. Then we have triple Cyber Emergency, 1 copy of Cyber Dark Inferno, triple copies of Cyber Dark Realm, triple copies of Cybernetic Horizon, triple copies of Nidier Servant, 2 copies of Power Bond, 1 copy of Cyber Dark Invasion, triple Punishment, triple copies of Vivid Permanence, and 1 copy of Schism. Wrapping up the main deck here. Down here in the next deck, we have 1 Almirage, the 1 Zeeger, the 1 Barricade Borg Blocker, 1 Titanclad, 2 copies of Venintis, 1 Winda, 1 Construct, 1 Apclone, 1 Cyber Darkness Dragon, 1 Cyber Dark End Dragon, with 1 copy of Cyber Dark Dragon, 1 Cyber End Dragon, 1 Rampage, and 1 copy of Mega Fleet. Side deck here, we have triple copies of Lancia, 2 copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Skullmeister, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, and triple copies of Twin Twisters here, wrapping up Daniel Pollard's first place Cyber Dark finish. And as I said, I think it's actually really cool that like week 1 here, we already are seeing 1 successful Cyber Dark build. I actually look forward to seeing if this deck can maintain a decent tier 2 preference, or if the deck unfortunately came out too late. But I think it's going to be the latter. I think we're going to see this deck do a little bit of interesting stuff. Next up here is Unchained. Now, Tyler Bryan here made top 8 out of a case tournament this past weekend, locking down some love here for Unchained. Now, considering, you know, we're taking advantage of Ghost Mourner here, actually is really cool. We also have Torrential Tributes here, so we can offset the destruction placement effects for us. So, I mean, hey, why not pop our entire field and just go floaty floaty? I still find this very interesting. But hey, you know what? An excellent tool for time. So we have 2 copies of Abominable Unchained Soul, 1 copy of the Unchained Soul of Disaster, triple copies of Phantasme, triple copies of Dimension Shifter, triple copies of Ara Ara, triple copies of Sarama, triple copies of Rakia, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyspring, triple copies of Ghost Mourner and the Moonlit Chill, triple copies of Abomination's Prison, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of Escape of the Unchained, triple copies of Torrential Tribute, triple copies of Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, and, of course, everybody's favorite Imperial Order. Wrapping up the main deck here. Down here in the extra deck, we have triple copies of Unchained Soul of Rage, triple copies of Nightmare Unicorn, triple copies of the Unchained Soul of Anguish, triple copies of Zeroboros, and triple copies of the Unchained Abomination. Side deck here, we have triple Lancia, triple copies of Retaliating Sea, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Forbidden Chalice, and triple copies of the Solemn Judgment Man, wrapping up Unchained. The only real thing that catches me off guard is the Moonlit here. Dimension Shifter has become a very standardized norm in this deck. Over the last couple months, we've seen every Unchained deck kind of stepping up and taking advantage of D-Shifter. Don't underestimate how good D-Shifter can be in a format, because holy crap, it can really get the job done. Alright, especially against your Tri-Brigade matchup, it's just free blowout tendies. Next up here is Darth Nash 6's top 32 finish with X-Saber Tri-Brigade. Now, this is all post-destruction for Tanky going to wall. All that post-banless shenanigans here that everybody cried about here. Yeah, we can kind of resume and be happy with. We also have some real, interactions, by the way. I like that. We have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyspring, 1 copy of Storm Winds, 1 DD Crow, 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Ghost Bell. Holy crap. So many crossout targets. We have triple copies of Rescue Cat, 2 copies of Fractal, 2 copies of Karis, and 2 copies of Kit. Then we have 2 copies of Nerval, 2 Airbellum, 1 Bogart Knight, 2 copies of Dark Soul, 2 copies of Fall Troll, and the 1 copy of Regigora. Then we have 1 Called by the Grave, triple copies of Crossout Designator, 2 copies of Hadouken, with 1 Tenki, 1 Arby's Feather Duster, 2 Prosperity, 1 Talents, 1 IO, 2 copies of Impermanence, and 2 copies of Revolt. Down in the extra deck, we have triple copies of our EEV target. God, when you get to multi-purpose. 1 copy of the Rugal, 2 copies of Frigid, 1 Bear Broom, 1 copy of Simorg, 1 Owl Mirage, 1 Harveskinger, 1 copy of Appaloosa, 1 Double Dragon Lords, 1 Hyunlei, 1 Gothams, and 1 copy of Neturei Beast. Beast might not have the same application that it had in the past here, but gosh dang it, when this card resolves, it feels like a big blowout here. Then we have triple copies of Cycle Reader, 2 copies of Alpha, 1 Lancia, 1 Droll, 1 Nibiru, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of EV, and 1 copy of Red Rebuto here, wrapping up the main deck. And then the last list I have for you guys here. This was Shelby Redmond's first place finish with 51 cards for Drytron. Saucy. We have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyspring, triple copies of Diviner of the Herald, 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Alpha Thuban, triple copies of Alteus, triple copies of Altanin, triple copies of Albaya, 1 Ghost Mourner, 2 copies of Nibiru, 1 Dark Magician, 1 Red Eyes, 1 Ben 10, 1 Dakini, 1 copy of Vita 10, 1 copy of Natasha, and 1 copy of Draconis. What does Vita 10 do? Ritual summon this card with anything. You can make your opponent summon a monster they control the graveyard, their choice. If a ritual monster you control attacks the defense position monster, inflict piercing damage during the invade, you can target 1 ritual monster or machine monster in your graveyard. Or, machine angel ritual added to your hand. Okay, sure. Just gives everything piercing, I guess. Interesting. Then we have 2 Crossout Designators, triple copies of Cyber Emergency, 2 Dark Road No More, triple copies of Drytron Nova, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Metanis, 2 Desires, 1 Red Eyes Fusion, 2 copies of Talents with 2 Imperm, and 2 Strike. Then we have 1 Verte, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Phoenix, 1 Access Code, 1 Utopic Future and the Big Utopic Future Draco, 2 Mu Beta, 1 Downer, 2 Zeus, 1 Dazolkin, 1 Herald, and 1 Crystal Wing. We're getting shenanigans here. 1 Dark Dragoon. Then we have 1 Cycle Reader, 2 Alpha, 2 Lancia, 1 copy of Assembled, 1 Arby's Feathers, 1 Lightning Storm, 1 copy of the Different Dimension Ground, with 2 copies of Dimensional Barrier, 2 copies of Evenly Matched, 1 Imperial Order, and 1 copy of Red Reboot here, wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for you guys. So, check out the Captain down below, along with a link to the Plunder Patrol Discord. That way you guys can show them some love over there. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day. Of course, after you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.